Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 777, After High Crash.
Look at him all squeezed in there.
Alrighty then. Alright, After High Crash, the last 20 Books Vegas conference was last week. A little over 1,700 attendees in person, and it was a total bash. It was a rush. If you were taking notes, you have pages and pages and pages of notes, dozens of pages of notes, and you get back home and you're still overwhelmed. It all turns into one big gray blur. What do I do? Enjoy the rush. This is where I said before the show, what are your top 3 things that you needed to do? What do you need to get out of it? And very specific, not let's network. No, how about find 3 people in my genre at my level who are working for toward the same kind of goal that I was. That would have been tangible, something you could put your finger on. What about setting your foundation of your business? Did you have to start an LLC? Did you have to get a checking account? Did you have to find your tax data? What did you have to do to move forward? Well, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of work. You got to make those lists. Lists are key. Lists are important because lists give you something to work from. Even if it's only in your mind, you still have to have a list. You can only do one thing at a time. And it was good to see one of our guest speakers also reinforce this, that you rapidly switch between things when you think you're multitasking. You're not. You're just rapidly switching between things. You're not multitasking. You're only doing one thing at a time. And it's better if you give all of your focus to that one thing, even if it's only for a short time. This is where lists help you. And accomplishment is also a motivating factor of your life. So whatever you put on your list, if number 1 is make $1 million, guess what? It's going to be a long time before you can check number 1 off your list. How about number 1, finish the book you were writing that you were supposed to get done before the conference? That's my number 1. And guess what? I'll finish it today. Yay me. Celebrate success. So I'll finish that. And then I have a list of a bunch of other things that will follow. Like rewrite, edit that next book that also was supposed to be done a month ago. Well, we had a lot of things going on. For me, that conference took priority over everything for November, for the last half of October. And I knew that, so I'm not disappointed that I didn't get those books done. I had stuff to do. I had stuff to do to make sure that conference went well for you guys, and I think it did. So, set your list. Make sure number 1, you can accomplish it, and then number 2 becomes number 1. First rule of consulting, there's always a number 1 problem. And in this case, there's always a number 1 task that needs to be done. I have a lot of other things that are on my list that are easy, so I have multiple lists, ones that I can check things off every day, and then I have the bigger, the more strategic list. So for military terms, tactical list, which is right now, and strategic, which is long term. Get your things done. So that start breaking out from that big gray blur that was the conference. Start breaking out things that you can actually do, accomplish today, tomorrow, next week, next month, and set them in stone. I also have the super cool planner. Audrey Huey made me a special one, a planner just for me. And yes, I have it here where I can get at it and use it. Is that cool or what? And I will start writing things down in there because as much as a slave to electronics as I am, I have 3 computers on my desk. I put one phone in the drawer, so I now have 2 phones. I have multiple chargers. I have 2 battery backups. I still like stuff in writing on paper. So my promotion planning, all that will go in my super cool planner. That's one of the greatest takeaways that I had from the conference is that I like technology, but also I'm going to embrace that I'm a little bit old school. All right, there you go. After High Crash, come down. It's about your business. And even talking about it, you can tell how excited I am about, hey, that was a great show. All those people were there. And fortunately, I'm one of the few who didn't get sick. I'm still okay. So I'm gonna revel in that and not laud it over those people who did get sick. I wish you a quick return to health so you can start knocking down those tasks on your list. All right, I'm sure this one went a little over 5 minutes, so let's see. Oh, 5:10. Hiya! Peace, fellow humans.